Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to the CJS channel, where today we're back playing Terraria.
Wow, it's been far too long since I said this, so let's welcome back Calamity in a slightly revitalised intro, as this is the series where I played the Terraria Calamity mod for the first ever time. And this is episode 8. But one quick thing before we get started. Last week, I posted my best bits from 2024 as well as some channel stats. But as some of you noticed at the end of the video, I talked about my goals for 2025 as well as the future of the CJS channel. So if you care about the channel, I would highly recommend watching that. And if you don't care about the channel, then fairs. And if you're wondering that I'm just telling you to watch that video so I can earn a little bit more money, I'm not, as that video got demonetized. Shocker. As we now load in, oh, I've missed this so much. I've missed you guys. I've even missed dying to full damage. No, seriously, just being back on this world, hearing this music just makes me so happy. But let's not stall anymore, as we have got the treasure bag for the hive mine to open. So let's see what we get. We get some demonite bars, corrupt seeds, rotten chunks, quick shade thrower. Alright, let's test it on this zombie here. Oh, wow. That seems pretty decent. My only critique is that it does use gel for ammo, unfortunately. We've also got some rotten matter, rot balls, and a warding rotten brain. But let's not stall anymore as we move on to our first main objective for this episode, which is to finish the basement, also now called the Chambers of the Inferior Living Beings. That's because a couple of weeks ago I put out a short saying that the top comment would be the new name for this basement, and that won. But I'll give some shout out to the runner-ups such as Interlocking Toes of Crabulon, the Hall of Glory and Pain, Chamber of the Extinguished Flame, the Golden Highway, CJS's Haunted 3 AM Basement, I Swear I Was Close Chamber, Saddam Hussein's Hiding Spot, oh my god, the Hall of Mistakes, the Vault of the Wise, Diddy's List of Participants, these are just getting worse. And the actual runner-up was the Child Basement. Well, in a way, I'm kind of glad that that didn't win, so then at least I can monetize some videos in this series, because this one definitely isn't getting monetized after that. But see, Jess, what are you going to do so you can finish the basement? Well, I want to collect all the materials remaining for the Gemspark blocks to finish this bit off. I also want to try something different with the background walls, which I got for a comment for a suggestion. But first, I want to collect all the marble blocks so I can get some marble pillars. Die, piggy! But let's not waste any more time. Let's dive deep into the caves and look for some marble biomes in a time lapse. Let's go. To start off with this 20-minute journey, I first adventured towards a marble biome I've already discovered, but after mining most of it, I was worried it wasn't enough. So I adventured around the cavern layers to hopefully find another one, but unfortunately, luck was not on my side, and I was beginning to lose my mind. So now I just needed some sand for a clear transformation to glass for the rest of the Gemspark blocks. So now that we've collected a bunch of materials, including over 1,000 marble blocks, let's now finish the Chambers of the Inferior Living Beings. And with that, the trophy room for pre-hard mode is now complete, other than all the relics. So obviously I filled in the rest of the Gemspark walls, as well as marble pillars here and smooth marble walls in behind it. But before I tick this off the objective list, I do just want to give a quick shout out to JDud3579, who suggested that I should change the Gemspark blocks and walls to corresponding boss blocks. So for example, King Slime, I should use slime blocks, and the Desert Scourge, I should use sandstone blocks. So for now, I'm just going to change around these first 4 relics and see how they look with corresponding blocks, but I'm not going to bore you with another time lapse, so I'll just switch it up like this. Well, that actually took quite a while, but as you can see, we have now changed the background of the Desert Scourge, Giant Clam, King Slime, and Crabulon. I'm kind of torn as to which one I prefer more. I'm really not sure. I think for the Giant Clam, for example, this one does look better, but King Slime, I think I just preferred the Gem Spark blocks, but I'm going to leave it up to you in the comments to decide which one you prefer and which one you want me to keep. For time management reasons, I'll just leave them how they are for now, but if you want me to revert them, or you want me to change all of the other ones to their respective blocks like I have done with these four, please just let me know in the comments, and I guess whichever one gets the most likes, then I will do that. But either way, we can now tick off our first main objective. And our goal for the second one is to complete all the mini objectives, which has been recommended by you guys in the comments from last episode. But before we move on, it's been a while since my last comment of the week, and I've had so many amazing comments from you guys, so thank you so much. So what we're going to do for this episode, every time I complete a main objective, I'm going to choose a comment from one of the last 4 videos, except Ultra Kill, and my god will you want to see the winners, as we have now peaked with these incredible comments. And now that we've completed a main objective, we can feature our first comment for this video, and our first ever multiple time winner for comment of the week. So give it up for King of the Darkness. And for the first ever time, I can't put a screenshot to show the comment. I'm going to have to put a video. There is no adjectives within my mental capacity to describe this Goliath of a comment. It took 2 hours. The comment was full of an essay of tips and compliments with a sprinkle of humour as well. It just cannot not be comment of the week. It was incredible. It blew my mind when I saw 2 hours for a comment. That is unbelievable dedication. So thank you so much, King of the Darkness. And now let's go back to main objective number 2. So our first mini objective is to get something that I've been working towards for multiple episodes, and that is to finally obtain the bundle of horseshoe balloons. But for that, we're going to need to go back to the Sky Islands. So let's grab some gravitation potions and upset Sir Isaac Newton as we defy the laws of gravity. So as the altitude increased, I managed to locate the shiny new ore we would need called Area Light. But as the air around me lost its light... Alright, that one was terrible. I made a stupid mistake. No, not again. I need to clutch this. How am I going to clutch? Q. Oh, no way. I'm not sure how I managed to do that. I was just winging it. But getting back on topic, I converted all of the freshly mined ores into bars, which there was a lot of. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a monumental moment in the series. We have now obtained the bundle of horseshoe balloons, so I will never take full damage ever again, I hope. So I believe now I can quadruple jump, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I can fly after as well. And I don't take any fall damage. So we can definitely tick that off the mini objective list, and now for number 2, we can finally get the Terraspark boots. Last episode, I unsuccessfully spent an hour and a half looking for an obsidian rose, when all I could have done is crafted one by purchasing a jungle rose from the Dryad. Finding this out genuinely hurt me. But with that, I was now able to craft the lava waders, and combining that with the frostbark boots I already had, I'd be able to complete the crafting tree. However, I wanted to keep my frostbark boots in the item frame from defeating the hive mind, so I had to make a new pair. But first, I had some spare, and wanted to reforge my new bundle of horseshoe balloons. So to remind myself, I took them off, which led to this moment of utter incompetence. Oh, we are so back. I forgot to mention this here in the recording, but your comments were quite divided on which armour set is better between Aerospec and Molten. But one positive with the Aerospec armour is that it disables full damage, which would be super helpful if I didn't now have the bundle of horseshoe balloons. But because I've already got the Molten armour, I'll just stick with that. I'm not going to bore you with all the little details, but after around 10 minutes, I managed to craft a new pair of Frostbark boots. So now I can place my Violent Frostbark boots back into the item frame. That's not how you do it. Back into the item frame, and we can go home and finally make ourselves the Terraspark boots. Boom! Boom!
Alright, yes. Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
And we got an achievement for that, Boots of the Hero. Here, I'm not sure what was quicker. How quick my new boots were, or how quickly I lost all of my money from reforging. Despite that tragic reforging luck, we can now tick that off the mini objective list as well. And now, for mini objective number 3, we need to upgrade Maria. Wait, who's Maria? Maria is the new name of the magic storage, which was suggested by Lord Sorenexel, which, by the way, I love how creative your comments are. So yeah, that is what this is called, and how we're going to upgrade it is by using the Hellstone bars, I believe. Here we go, Hellstone storage upgrade, so let's get a bunch of them. 9 will do for now, and we can just right-click it to upgrade. After this, I had plenty of spare storage, so I removed the extra units and tried to do the same with the crafting interface. However, I couldn't mine it. Guess you could say I was facing great difficulty to keep my storage organised. I really had to dig deep for that one. After doing some research... Sorry, I'm so unfunny. After doing some research, I just realised I needed to remove all the crafting stations from inside the interface. Stupid! Next, a travelling merchant arrived, but after selling me fancy dishes again, I brutally murdered him. Rest in peace, Stan Piles. Stan here dropped the peddler's hat, which will be useful later. In the meantime, I continued upgrading Maria by grabbing lots of buckets, which I filled with water, lava, and honey respectively. Converted 300 ice blocks into a broken snow globe, crafted 3 campfires, and finally, a demon altar at a demon altar.
What?
And with all of that, I could craft the biome globe, which would allow me to craft a wider variety of items at my magic storage. Or more importantly, acts like a beach ball when thrown. Let's go! Next up was to craft remote storage and crafting access, but one of the ingredients for that is a locator made up of meteorite, which I need to mine more of. And with that, I was finally able to put the magic in magic storage, as now I could access it up to 1,000 blocks away, all this part of the jungle. Which is going to be super useful, so we can definitely tick that off and move on to mini objective number 4, which is to try a bunch of new items that you guys have suggested. So let's start off with the first one being the flare bolt. I would need to craft this out of bookcase, and to get that, I would need books. Shocking, I know. And the best way to get them at this stage is by stealing them from the dungeon. But first, I had to deal with an intruder. Trash can? Summons the trash man. Wait, what? Can I crip in here? What the? Is that Danny DeVito? I tried putting pen to paper by collecting more books, but the dungeon was fully booked. Ah! No! Fortunately, I had just enough to make a bookcase, which finally allowed me to craft a flare bolt. This better be worth it. Oh, it looks alright. Oh, I do like the way it bounces. It's all the way up here! Wait, it's coming back. Is it going to hit the other owl? After trick-shotting this poor innocent owl, no, get the camera! It was safe to say I really liked it. Next up, a classic, the volcano. I'm not going to be using it over these 2 swords, however, it will be helpful later to craft the Knight's Edge. Next up, we've got the Cinder Blossom Staff to replace the Death Stare Rod. This one was a bit easier to craft, only requiring me to get some ash wood from the underworld, and after crafting it, it definitely wasn't underwhelming. Goodbye, Death Stare Rod. The next suggestion was the Magna Cannon, and I'll let the gameplay speak for itself to show how much I was blown away. I think this is my new favourite weapon. Next I was told to turn my hive mind drop, the Rotten Brain, into a bloody worm tooth, before getting distracted by slimes falling out of the sky. I haven't even written this in the script, but on a serious note, why do slimes just fall out of the sky? Is there like special slime clouds? I'm going to try and defeat King Slime just by using the Magna Cannon. So after quickly spending the Terraria equivalent of about 2p that I had left, I reforged to Rufus before beginning the battle against the King. That actually does a lot of damage as well. Despite getting in a sticky situation here, I oozed my way to victory. Let's go! Oh, that was so fun. And finally, I was tasked with making the wind blade, which was cool, just a little underwhelming. And with that, we can tick off mini objective number 4 and move on to the final one, which is to get the broken biome blade. But just before I crafted it, oh no, not a blood moon. For the first time in this playthrough, I actually decided to fight it in the hopes that I'll get the money trough. But after 10 long minutes, luck was not on my side. So how I believe this biome blade works is that if you hold down right click in a certain biome, then you get an attunement, and you can have 2 different attunements out of a possible 4, I believe. And I think the first one that we can use is in the snow biome called the Biting Embers. So if we hold down right click, did that do it? Okay, there we go. I just had to stand on more flat ground. So now we have got perform a 3-strike combo with a glacial blade. The final strike freezes foes for a split second. Whoa! Okay, that's massive. The second attunement is called Arid Glandia. I definitely butchered that. Julian Miguel, he's back!
Grandeur.
Grandeur. Thank you. The all reliable Julian Miguel. But anyways, for that we need to go to the desert biome. So I believe the more I hit enemies, the larger blades get and the more damage it does, from 35 going all the way up to a possible 60. And if I run into walls, then it bounces me like a pogo stick. But I think a good way to test them would be against the Desert Scourge. So let's go. As you can see, the blades are getting much bigger now the more hits I'm getting. However, when I'm not hitting them, as you can see, the blades get smaller. Oh no, I'm gonna die! Okay, well... Well, now let's try the Biting Embrace. Well, there we go. That seemed a little bit better, I'm going to be honest. The third attunement is called Decay's Retort, which is found in the Corruption or Crimson. So let's get it. So for this attunement, I can lunge in the direction of their cursor, I guess similarly to Old Lord's Claymore. Another Blood Moon? Well, there goes another boring 10 minutes of my life trying to get the money trough, which again, I didn't get one. I somehow got free. As I was saying before I got rudely interrupted, you can lunge in the direction of the cursor, and hitting enemies with the blade heals the player for 2 health and will bounce them back. Oh wow, you go quite far in fairness. But you can't do multiple because you have to hit the ground every time. And this does 55 melee damage, which is quite a lot. So once again, let's test it out. Oh, this is actually quite useful against it, to be fair. Oh, it does a lot of damage as well. I feel like I don't really have like much control over my character, to be honest. Oh my god. Okay, that is quite good. Well, now let's go on to the final attunement, which is found in the jungle, called the Grove Tender's Touch. So let's get it. So this one does 70 melee damage, which is the highest out of all of them. But this acts as a whip apparently, with the sword itself being connected to the player's hand with a long vine. Hitting enemies with the vine itself only will do 60% of the weapons based damage, but if an enemy is hit by the blade right as the whip cracks, the resulting hit will be a guaranteed critical strike, and its damage will be increased to 120%. Oh, I see. And there we go, because I hit it with the end of the whip, it does guaranteed critical strike, but it's quite difficult to get the exact distance down. And if I hit this tree, then I propel towards it. Despite the massive damage with the critical strike chance, I don't think this will be quite as good, but let's test it anyways. And it does good damage, and it's a guaranteed hit because it is a worm, so maybe this isn't quite a proper test, but it's impressing me so far. I'm just not a massive fan of whips in general in this game. It does so much damage, my god. Wow, that was the quickest kill yet. And now let's compare all of them to the Bladecrest Oath Sword. This one was the most fun and chaotic to use. This one was the fastest and best one to kill the Desert Scourge, although I don't know if it would be the fastest and best in just a day-to-day scenario. But it did impress me about how much better it did than the Bladecrest Oath Sword. I wasn't a fan of the Arid Grandeur, so I think it's between the other 3 as to which 2 I'm going to keep. I think I'll keep it how it is like this, but we'll see how it goes. I might change my mind later. But either way, that was a lot of fun, and I can cross that off the mini objective list, completing the list and completing main objective number 2 as well. And because of that, we can now have a look at our next comment, and this one is probably the most shocking of them all. Last week, No Sandwich Lord brought it to my attention that I was in the official Terraria Calamity mod YouTube channel. So let's have a look. As you can see, we've got a beautiful canvas time-lapse of community drawings. And, hang on, what's that?
Run that back.
There, freeze that.
Zoom in right here on this spot.
Can you enhance it?
Stop. Wait a minute. Go right.
No Sandwich Lord wrote sub to CJS, and that is now part of Terraria Calamity history. This is definitely one of the biggest highlights in my YouTube career so far, and I cannot thank you, No Sandwich Lord, enough. Just seeing this on the official channel is ludicrous.
Alright, who called for ludicrous?
So with that really high note, let's see if we can continue that with our third main objective, which is to locate the Shimmer. Now, I must admit, I'm very nervous about this one because it could take 20 minutes, it could take 2 hours. So as we progress through the jungle, oh, hang on. I hear some music in my ears. It goes do 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 do. Wait, that sounds like Story Time with CJS Episode 4. This is only going to be a quick one, but something that I noticed with my channel the other day is before, if you searched up CJS on YouTube, my channel wasn't big enough, so it wouldn't come up straight away. A bunch of other videos, I guess somehow relating to CJS would come up. So to find my channel through search, you'd have to search up CJS Terraria, for example, and then probably scroll down a bit. But that's not the case anymore. Even if you go onto a completely fresh YouTube account, if you now search up CJS, this channel will come up straight away, right at the top. And that may seem small, but to me, that's like a massive deal. That's so cool. But enough yapping and self-glazing. Let's now close the book on Story Time with CJS. Closing off the fan favourite section, I continued the hunt to find the biome. I knew roughly where to look, but was still playing a bit of a guessing game. I guess you could say my luck was shimmering. Yes! Let's go! That was quite lucky. I found it a lot quicker than I thought I would. So CGS, why did you want to locate the Shimmer? Well, it'll always be useful at some point if I want to decraft an item, but also I can throw in these 4 items to get permanent buffs. So let's head back there now. So we can throw in the apple. Oh my, I just ate it. Well, there goes another 5 minutes wasted. There's no pun here, that was just genuinely annoying. There we go. I actually have learned how to throw items now, and I get an achievement for that, a Shimmer in the dark. So if I throw in those 4 items, in return, this is what I get. An Arcane Crystal, an Ambrosia, Peddler's Satchel, and Vital Crystal. Can this go away? And this permanently boosts natural life regeneration, permanently increases items sold by the Travelling Merchant. What am I getting hit by? This permanently increases mining and building speed, and this permanently increases mana regeneration. Overall, super helpful, super useful, and we can now tick that off the main objective list. And now that we've conquered our third of 5 objectives for today, we can now move on to another comment, and this one comes from my last Terraria Calamity episode, and this comment just really made me laugh. So the winner for this one is Bunkley923, and it comes from a reply from Disso42 saying, I would not be surprised if next week there was a hole in my wall and CJS's intro took place in my walls. And Bunkley comes up with, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to the CJS channel, where today I'm inside your walls. When I first saw these 2 comments, I was laughing for quite a while, so congratulations. But now, let's move on to main objective number 4, which is to separate the corruption. Something I've been meaning to do for such a while, but I've just been putting it off because I really don't want to do it. But unfortunately, it's something that we've got to do, so let's buy a ton of dynamite, convert them into sticky dynamite, and let's do it in a time lapse. Let's go. Well, after that time lapse that took just over half an hour, we have made some pretty good progress. We have completed 2 of the lines. We've started on a 3rd, and I believe we'll probably need to do a 4th just over here. But luckily there is no corruption at all on this side of the world, which is really good. But I've just run out of money, so I can't buy any more dynamite. So we're going to give it a half tick and a half cross. But overall I'd say that was a success in terms of the main objective. But because it wasn't a complete tick, unfortunately we can't read out another comment after that main objective. But hopefully we'll be able to after our 5th and final main objective for this episode, which is to defeat the next boss. Which isn't going to be the perforators because I don't believe I can spawn them in. And it isn't going to be Queen Bee because I've been suggested to defeat Skeletron. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab the wood that I currently have, mine for some more, and now with a total of 524 wood, let's build a new arena just above the dungeon. And with that, I believe that the arena is now complete. I do hope that this is big enough. I mean, I can always extend it if it isn't, but I think it will be alright, hopefully. So, let's go back home, and let's put all our junk away. Let's place down the finishing touches of the arena, being the slice of cake, bar statue, and corruption effigy. And as it's night time, I think we might as well get cursed by the old man and start the fight with Skeletron for the first time. Let's do it first time. Let's go! It does quite a lot of damage, I must admit. I don't know if the whip would be as good for this, to be honest. I mean, it's good because I'm keeping my distance. It is doing decent damage, but I wonder if maybe one of the other ones would be better. I mean, the hands are almost dead already. Die hand! Die hand! It's only the head left. Okay, but it is entering a new phase, I believe. Yep, that is very quick. I do not want to get hit by that. Ah, no. Oh my god, that does so much damage. Ah, okay. 60%. Could have been better. Unfortunately, the old man isn't going to spawn in again until, I think, tomorrow, I would assume. Well, in-game anyways. So, I'm just going to spend this day getting a little bit more prepared. Maybe grab some potions for our next attempt tomorrow. And I'll be back with just a click of a finger. I've been waiting for so long, but it's now night time again. I've extended the platform by 33 blocks on each level. I've got these potions, which I'm going to drink all now. We're going to place down the harvest staff because I forgot to last time. We're going to get our cinder blossom staff, or however you call it, up and ready. And let's curse once more. And this time we're also using the Blade Crest Oath Sword. I thought that I'll give that a go. I think hopefully with this I'll be able to keep more of a distance because the range is a bit longer. I do really like the music of this, I must admit. But so far this is going pretty decently. It's just a head remaining now. We've just got to dodge this because those attacks are the ones that do so much damage. Rage and adrenaline. Let's go. We've got it below half health, but it's doing so much damage. Oh, and it's just respawned with hands. Yep, nice. Why am I holding my torch? I don't think my torch is going to do lethal damage to it. Oh, I hate it. Why is it just... all the bosses in Calamity just have a rod or discord. Oh no, that sounds like a new phase. Right, there's another hand down. Ah, heal. No, why am I holding my torch again? No. No. No! How is it just damaging me every time? This is ridiculous. Oh yeah, that's why, because it has a built-in rod of discord. No. Rage to end things off, please. Hopefully. No, 1.4%. No! Good game. Good battle, to be fair. We go again tomorrow. Diesel, I'm going to need some encouragement from you. I need your luck. It is once again night time, so this time, let's eat the slice of cake as I didn't. I've got all my potions back, so let's drink them all. And let's go for attempt number 3. Come on. Rage and adrenaline. Oh, what a start. Down go the hands like they were pieces of paper. What? I'm stuck! Brilliant. Let's got his hands back. No! Right, I've taken the hands down once more. Oh my god, how did I avoid that? No! No! And breathe. Ah! Diesel buddy, you're meant to be my lucky charm. You weren't very lucky. Oh, you just farted, you stink. Well, it's night time again, but this room absolutely reeks because of Diesel's smelly bum. Anyways, let's remember to do all of this stuff, like eating the cake, putting down the staff, and getting the blossom staff out. Drinking all the potions. As we go for attempt number 4. It's quite difficult to play, hold your breath, and commentate at the same time. I could do it with a mask right now. Oh no, this has gone bad. How? I don't even need to run through everything. You know what we've got to do. Oh, what am I doing? The pumpkin patch is putting in the work. Oh my god, I'm actually the best player that's ever lived. Same thing again, but this time I've got bacon because I've run out of swiftness potions.
Bacon is good for me.
If this ain't it, then I don't know what is. Let's go. I feel good about this one. I've definitely just jinxed it. Diesel, not now, no. What am I doing? I'm stuck! So at this point I was fuming. I've been recording for 7.5 hours, and I've been waiting to fight, or fighting Skeletron for an hour. Honestly, I just wanted it to end, as my fingers were really hurting, but the most frustrating thing about it is that it takes so long in between fights. I was beginning to get Desert Scourge flashbacks. Hopefully I don't accidentally teleport away this time. Coming in. The teleportation just annoys me so much. No, this is not funny. Why am I laughing? No. Yes! Oh, and I died straight after. Oh, wait, that does count, right? What the? Aquatic Scourge, go! Okay. We got all the loot. Oh my god, that was torture. That really had the remnants of Desert Scourge Part 2. Man, Skeletron just blew out my Skeletrons out of me. Oh, that was so bad. Shout out to No Sandwich Lord for that. And as we place down the Skeletron relic, we can now tick off objective number 5. And you know what that means? It's time to shout out one final comment. So shout out to these two people on screen now for sending me your tier list of my videos. It was really interesting to see what your opinions were. And if you want to have a chance to be featured for comment of the week for my next Terraria Calamity episode, all you've got to do is subscribe and comment down below. But going back to the game now, I was so glad that I managed to kill Skeletron first time. And I think the thing that probably is most memorable from that fight is the Harvest Staff. Just hearing the pumpkin screaming, knowing that they were trying their best. Can I not place it in the item frame? This music is banging! Well, I've tried to place the Harvest Staff into the item frame. I've even tried it with a weapon rack as well, but it's just not working. So I'm going to need some help and suggestions from you guys. But as usual, we're going to save the treasure bag for Skeletron until the start of next episode. And also, let me know what else I should do for next episode in terms of progression. I know now that I've defeated Skeletron, I can enter the dungeon. But according to you guys, the Clothier will spawn where I need to get the counter scarf, make myself a maid suit, get with Skeletron's wife or something, I don't know. But anyways, thank you so much for watching it to the end. I've enjoyed recording this so much, and I cannot wait to record the next part, which will be out soon. But next week will be a Ultra Kill video part 3. But in the meantime, good night.
Looks like you're holding on for dear life.
I am.